Hi everyone, welcome to Smart Math Online Tutor. Through this video, we are going to study about HCF and LCM. So let's get started by looking at what is HCF, or in other words, highest common factor. The HCF is the number by which a set of given numbers can be divided without a remainder. It is also called as the greatest common divisor. Furthermore, HCF can be found using three methods. The first method is by writing the factors of the given set of numbers. And then it also can be found by writing the prime factors of the set of numbers given. And the third method is the division method. Now let us see how to find the HCF by writing the factors of a given set of number through an example. Write the HCF of 12, 18 and 24 by writing the factors. So first of all, what we do is we write the factors of 12, 18 and 24 respectively. So as you know, the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Then the factors of 18 become 1, 2, 3, 6, 9 and 18. The factors of 24 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12 and 24. Once when the factors are written, the next step of this method is to find out the common factors for all the three given numbers. So according to this set of numbers, 1 is common to all the three, 2 is a common factor, 3 is a common factor and 6 is a common factor. So among these four common factors, the highest common factor is 6. Therefore, we say the highest common factor of 12, 18 and 24 is 6. So according to this method, you can find out the highest common factor of a given set of numbers. But once when the number has a large number of factors, this method is practically hard to be done. Therefore, we follow the other two methods often in finding the HCF. The second method is the method of prime factors. Let me explain you the same set of example by this method. When writing the HCF of 12, 18 and 24 by prime factors, the first thing you should do is to find the prime factors of these three numbers separately. So you know that can be done by dividing like this. And then we write each number as a product of prime factors like this. So accordingly, 12 is 2 into 2 into 3, 18 is 2 into 3 into 3 and 24 is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. And now what we do is we find the common prime factors for these three numbers. So when looking at the product, you can understand 2 is common and 3 is common for all the three given numbers. So the HCF is written by multiplying these two common prime factors like this. So accordingly, the answer is 6 there. Let's look into another example, that is to find the HCF of 54 and 63. The first step is to find the prime factors as before, and then we write the numbers as a product of prime factors, and in the next step we find out the common factors for the two given numbers. So in this case, 3 is common and another set of 3 is common. So the HCF is the product of these two common factors, that is 3 into 3, 9. In the division method, what we do is we divide the 2 or 3 given numbers by the prime numbers at once. So let me explain you that now. In order to find the HCF of 12, 18 and 24 by division method, first we write the three numbers and divide it by a common number or a common prime factor. Now as you can see, 12, 18 and 24 can be divided by 2. So let me divide it by 2, then you get 6, 9 and 12. Now 6, 9 and 12 cannot be divided by 2 because 9 is not divisible by 2. Then we go to the next prime factor, that is 3. So this can be divided by 3 like this. And then you get the answers as 2, 3 and 4. As you know, 2, 3 and 4 cannot be divided by any other prime number. So we stop our division here and take the HCF by multiplying the two prime factors used to divide these three set of numbers. That is 2 and 3. So the highest common factor is 2 into 3, that is 6. Let's look into another example. Once again, we write 54 and 63 like this. We can divide both by 3 because 63 cannot be divisible by 2. We neglect 2 and we go for the next prime factor, that is 3. So when you divide these two by 3, we get 18 and 21 respectively. Once again, these two can be divided by 3. So we divide it and get the answer as 6 and 7. You know, 6 and 7 cannot be divided by any other prime number. So here we have to stop the division and take the two factors we have used here to divide the numbers, that is 3 and 3. The product of that is 9. So the highest common factor of 54 and 63 becomes 9. So this is how we find the highest common factor of a given set of number. You can follow any method you like. Whatever the method you follow, the answer will be the same. But if the question mentions a method, you have to use that particular method in answering the question. Now let us see what is LCM, or the least common multiple. The LCM is the number which can be divided by a set of given numbers. That is, when a set of numbers are given, you have to find a number which is divisible by all the given numbers. So this particular number is called the least common multiple. The least common multiple, or the LCM, can be found in two methods. The first method is by the prime factors and the second method is the division method. So let us look into these two methods separately with some examples. When you find the least common multiple by prime factors, just like finding the highest common factor, we divide the given set of numbers by prime factors and write it as a product of prime factors. So let's get started by this example. We are going to find the LCM of 18 and 12 using the prime factors. So first step is to divide the number by prime factors like this. So here 12 is divided by prime factors until you get 1, and then we divide 18 by the prime factors until you get 1. Then we write each number as a product of prime factors. Now 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3, and that is equal to 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 1. The speciality in finding the LCM using prime factors is that we have to write the products of prime factors as a power of product like this. That means the prime factors must be written as powers. And then 18 also can be written just like this, 2 into 3 into 3, that is equal to 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 2. And then now you can see here there are two prime numbers in these two answers, that is 2 and 3. The next step of this method is to find out the highest power in each factor. Now when you take 2, you have 2 to the power 2 and 2 to the power 1. So 2 to the power 2 is the highest factor. We select that. And when you come to the powers of 3, you have 3 to the power 1 and 3 to the power 2. Once again, 3 to the power 2 is the highest power. The least common multiple is the product of these two highest powers. So that is 2 to the power 2 into 3 to the power 3 to the power 2. That means 4 into 9. The answer is 36. So the least common multiple of 12 and 18 is 36. In other words, 36 can be divided by both 12 and 18 without a remainder. Now let's look into another example. We are going to find the LCM of 20 and 30 using prime factors. So just like the previous example, the first step is to find the prime factors of these two numbers separately. The prime factors of 20 are 2 into 2 into 5, and that of 30 is 2 into 3 into 5. So we write this as a product of prime factors and then as a power of products. So here I have written 2 to the power 2 into 5 to the power 1 is equal to 20, and 30 can be written as 2 to the power 1 into 3 to the power 1 into 5 to the power 1. So in this case, we have 3 prime factors, 2, 3 and 5. In each prime factor, we have to find out the highest power. In case of 2, the highest power is 2 to the power 2. In case of 3, we have only 3 to the power 1, so we have to select it. And when it comes to the powers of 5, we can select any one because both has 5 to the power 1. And then the last step of this method is to find out the product of these 3 powers. That is 2 squared into 3 into 5. That gives you 4 into 3 into 5, that is 60. So 60 is the least common multiple of 20 and 30. So let us look into finding the LCM by division method in the next part of this lesson. When finding the LCM by division method, just like the division method we learned in finding the HCF, we divide the 2 numbers or the 3 numbers given at the same time. So here it is the LCM of 12 and 18. We write 12 and 18 together with a comma and we divide it by a common prime factor. You know, both 12 and 18 can be divided by 2. So we get the answers as 6 and 9. Then 6 and 9 both can be divided by 3. So we divide it by 3 and we get the answers as 2, 3. Now hereafter, from this step onwards, we can't divide 2 and 3 by any other common prime factor. So we stop our division there and we consider the numbers or the factors we use to divide and the final answers we have got. In this case, both the sides have 2 and 3. The LCM is taken by multiplying these 4 numbers as shown in this example. So 2 into 3 into 2 into 3 gives you 36. That is, the LCM of 12 and 18 is 36. Let's look into one more example. We are going to find the LCM of 20 and 30 using the division method. So here we write 20 and 30 together. Both can be divided by 2. So we divide it and get the answers as 10 and 15. Now 10 and 15 can be divided by 5. We can't divide it by 2 because 15 is not divisible by 2. We can't divide it by 3 because 10 is not divisible by 3. So we select 5. So when you divide it by 5, you get the answer as 2 and 3 respectively. Now in this case, once again, we have to stop the division here because 2 and 3 cannot be further divided by any other common prime factor. So when the step is over, we go to the next part. That is, we find the LCM by multiplying the numbers we used to divide and the numbers you got as the final answers. So in this case, it is 2, 5 and 2, 3. So we multiply this set of numbers 2 into 5 into 2 into 3 and the answer becomes 60. So this gives you the least common multiple of 20 and 30 as 60. So hope I made myself clear with finding highest common factor and least common multiple. See you with another smart math clip. Until then, bye.